Welcome to the Mac Besties podcast, where four besties with over 30 years of friendship invite you to join us on this wild, wonderful journey called life. We're here to celebrate the highs, laugh through the lows, and navigate everything in between. From careers and family to self-care and chasing dreams, nothing's off limits. No matter your age, grab your coffee, wine, or whatever you love to drink most, and settle in with us. Together, we'll share the lessons we've learned, the moments that made us, and the stories that remind us why friendship is forever. This is your space too, besties. Let's do this.
I have so much to talk about. Like, you fucking bitches, you need to start watching documentaries. I'm gonna let you know, like, I've at least 18 I have watched.
So proud of you.
I'm a fucking addicted.
Welcome to the club.
It's like Pringles. You just can't have one. Once you pop the can, that's it.
Yeah.
I watched a whole documentary on the secret of Marilyn Monroe. I just finished that yesterday. And oh my God, so much. Like, I didn't realize, like, I kind of knew, but this was like a more in depth, like, started from when she was a child at the age of 5 and how, yeah, it's crazy. I couldn't believe it. But yes, Miss Marilyn, she loved her lorazepam and Valium and bourbon.
Don't blame her.
I don't blame her either. At one point, I'm like, I'm right there with you, bitch. Except mine ain't bourbon, it's whiskey. And I ain't popping pills, so.
Right.
Yeah.
It's been a minute since we've met. Do you want to do like a just where you at? What you got going on?
Yeah.
Kind of vibe?
Are you good with that, Megan?
Mm-hmm.
Because you would start, Mac.
Yeah.
Here we go. We're picking up right where we left off.
Hello, welcome back. My name is Megan.
I start the podcast every week.
I am special.
This week's is special. I'm a year older since the last time we met. I had a birthday. Okay. We had a good time. I went to a Royals game. Spring training in Arizona. It wasn't a postseason game, but it was a good time nonetheless. And we just took a trip to Lake Havasu, and Lake Havasu is absolutely gorgeous.
It's where Mac Besties is going to have their next trip.
Yeah, I mean, it really should happen. It's just perfect. And we stayed at the Nautical Beach Resort, and it's just like our chairs were right outside our room and the beach was right there, and we just watched these really expensive boats. I'm talking like $1 million boats, like some bad boys shit coming in to this like cove and just jamming out, and it was fun. It was fun watching the boats. And then there's this another little area. Lake Havasu brought over the old London Bridge from London, England, and like brought it over and set it up. And so there's the London Bridge district as well. And so you see a lot of boats coming in and out of that area, and bars and restaurants, and it's just beautiful. It's amazing to me, the just beauty in Arizona. Lake Havasu is basically a man-made lake from the Colorado River. And so the river just winds through these huge rocky mountains, but not those Rocky Mountains. It's a magical sight.
Plus, it's water in Arizona.
It's water in Arizona, and it's just like you can just kind of see how the river has curved itself through these mountainous rocks. Like it's breathtaking. I love it.
And the lake is clear?
What's that?
Is the lake clear?
It's pretty clear, yeah. Like you could see little fishies. People were boating, like fishing right there off their boats, and
Was the water
we
warm?
weren't. The water was not that warm. I literally only got my feet in the water of the lake.
Mhm.
I didn't ever get into the lake. I only got into the pool. We did get on a ferry, and we ferried from, so also Lake Havasu and the river are the border of Arizona and California. So like literally we could sit in Arizona and look across the lake, and it was California. So we did end up taking a ferry over to the casino that's on the California side.
So you went to
So-
California for a brief moment.
Yes. For a hot second in a casino.
And there's a casino right there.
Yeah, in California. Well, there's also a casino like an hour and a half north of Lake Havasu called Laughlin, in a city called Laughlin in Bullhead City. So Lake Havasu was awesome. It was so awesome that Patrick became obsessed as he does, and has decided that, we need to live there. He's decided that Crystal and Dave absolutely need to live there, and that we need to be neighbor besties with a compound. And I've decided we need a golf cart to drive between the compound, the
Or a
houses on the
gator.
compound.
We need a gator. That's
Dude.
yeah.
We need a boat. We also need like a little like ATV, because there's a lot of that going on in the same area.
Yeah. When you first told us about, like, you showed us and sent us the TikTok, and I immediately said to my husband, "Oh, it may not be Vegas. We might have a new destination." And I didn't tell you, but I've already started our business. Like we're gonna do something. We're gonna either do boat tours, fishing tours, or like some kind of, we'll take you tubing, something that, we're making money and we're on the lake, and we're, getting the tan and playing in the water so that my husband's not dying to death because it's so hot there. I've started our business. Like, and I said, obviously we're going to need the Flanagans. We're going to have to go in this venture together. And he's like, "God damn it, Crystal."
I'm down. We
Food
need to
truck,
come up with a
something.
business plan and present it to Dave.
To Patrick, it sounds like.
Boats and hose. Boats and hose.
They have little tiki boats. I wanted to do that. It's silly, but they had little tiki boats. Those were cute. So yeah, there's all kinds of, and we went to like a brewery that was there, and there's so many boats and motorcycles and ATVs and things that Patrick could do there, or potentially do there. Except now he's, I don't know, gonna be a businessman. I don't know.
Has he
You gave him a
gone and got
briefcase?
himself a suit and tie yet?
No.
Because
Yeah,
he's not
we
a
need
true
a
businessman until he's
briefcase.
wearing a suit.
If he doesn't have a suit and a tie and a briefcase, he's not
Mm-mm.
the kind of
He's
businessman
not
that
my
I
kind
want to
of-
go into a boating
It's not
business
my
with.
kind of businessman.
He's not reputable enough, I don't think.
I mean, I guess he can do our taxes.
No, it's not
I
accounting.
mean,
No accounting. That's too much math. Moving to Lake
But-
Havasu. That sounds fun.
It does sound fun.
It really
what is the
does.
date- What's the date on that? When's the ETA of your new address? And
I got 7 years before I can.
I'll go get shit started
Like-
for us.
Like
I appreciate that.
2026,
And if you could just start
2027.
building my house too while you're down there.
I
Just stop
legit said I
prepping
don't
things.
want to see another winter in Colorado. I was like legit. My goal was to try to leave this fall.
You know what we should
You're running
start?
out of time, girlfriend.
I know.
We need a farm. I think a farm.
Well,
Yeah.
we
Like
need
remember
land in Lake Havasu, Arizona, to where we can build our container homes or like compound homes.
it would be like Waco.
No,
No,
we're not starting a
that is
cult.
not the compound I want to be
Not
in.
again.
April, you can have a gun, okay? Everybody gets one gun.
Is there bullets? Do I get bullets?
You can
We're
have bullets
definitely-
for your gun.
Okay. I just didn't
Definitely
know if I
have
was
the
gonna
gun
get an
with the
empty
bullet.
gun. It's for show, folks.
Just
So
for
yeah,
show.
we'll see. There's a lot of dreams happening and yeah, sometimes that causes some extra stress. And so that's what we're going through at this moment.
Sure.
I went to I'm gonna nerd out on astrology. I'm gonna find me a hobby. Somebody told me I needed one.
A little birdie.
What?
A little birdie.
Yeah. Tweet, tweet, motherfucker.
Bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word.
So, the sky in Arizona is pretty amazing because it's very dark and there's not a lot obscuring the stars. So
Bet.
I drove north east. Arizona to a place called Fountain Hills, and it's a dark sky community. Like they purposely like don't have a bunch of street lights and use different types of lights and stuff like that. So they're building this observatory type thing for the stars, and like so it was kind of a fundraiser for that. But yeah, they had about 8 guys out there with their telescopes. And then they had like a laser pointer that went all the way to the stars. It was crazy. And kind of talked about different stars and yeah. I got to see Jupiter and its moons even. And like you can see Jupiter right now in the sky with just the naked eye, but you can't ever see the moons without the telescope. And some people had better telescopes, and like the first one I could see 2 moons, and then I went to this other guy's and his was just clear as day. It was cool. Mars, they had it timed where the International Space Station was circularly like coming by. That was crazy too. So I saw that. I did that yesterday. That was fun. I'm gonna do the 28-day wall Pilates challenge. I bought myself a yoga mat yesterday.
Nice.
So,
I'm gonna need you to record that.
no. I also want to do like dance bit. Like I don't know if that costs money or not, but
It will
like
eventually if it
YouTube.
doesn't.
What's that?
I said it will eventually if it doesn't, but dude,
But
Pilates
YouTube
is
has
no joke.
some-
Whether you're doing the wall Pilates or not, Pilates is the real deal.
Yeah, I'm
That
not
is-
sure, so I'm about to find out.
Yeah,
28
that's how I wanna-
days.
yeah.
Can
Just
I do
stick
it?
with it. Just
Yes, you can.
bang it out. Just hang in there.
I got myself a fucking yoga mat for this shit, so yeah.
She's
But I also
dedicated.
want to do
Well,
the
you're-
dance stuff
spend
on
money.
YouTube.
You're dedicated now. You got the mat,
Mhm,
so
mhm.
you got to do it.
When are you starting it?
Tomorrow.
Mm,
Mhm.
So are you gonna do this in the mornings or are you gonna do it in the Yeah.
No, in the
I
morning.
find the best time to exercise is in the morning. Just get it done and over with and tackle it out. I'm proud of
Yeah.
you.
I would like to like walk my dog and do that, or do that and the dance stuff on YouTube for the cardio aspect. I don't know what the whole like it's a build up because it's a 28-day challenge, which is why I think I can do it. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. Then I can also walk hog in the evenings. But yeah, I just needed to find something I could do at the house before work. And I just have to get up a little early, like when Patrick leaves or whatever. The only time it's gonna suck is when he doesn't have to work, like Tuesday. So I'm gonna have to find a different place to do my shit on Tuesdays and Wednesdays when he's not getting up and going to work.
Just be careful. Like, don't overdo it at first. Like, work yourself into it so that way you're not pulling a muscle. And
I bought myself a fucking water bottle that has like the
well, now you're really fucking committed.
you got this.
You got a mat and a water bottle. Did you get yourself a headband too?
No,
Personal
no
trainer?
No.
You hire someone?
Is someone gonna come in and do these wall Pilates for you?
I gotta drink water because I'm gonna be working out.
You do.
I also bought a bunch of vegetables today and cut them all up and put them in the thing. And I have meat and
Awesome.
cheese and hummus.
Can we call it Oddities?
What's that?
Oddities?
Wall Pilates?
Oddities?
Pilates.
Oddities.
It
Walla
sounds
walla
so
Pilates.
yeah. It sounds so demure.
Oddities.
Very
Okay.
demure.
I'm doing Oddities. I gotta go, guys. It's time for my Oddities.
I'm late for Pilates practice.
Oh.
I got to the part in my water bottle where it says, go do your Oddities.
I should write that
My
on
water
there.
bottle tells me what to do.
Write that on
It's
there.
just right at the very top.
Yeah.
So last week I had spring break from classes, so I totally took advantage of that. Miles went with Nana majority of the time, and so I had the house to myself, which was nice. And I ventured out. Katie and I went to the lake one day and took Silo and let him run around. And I got some cleaning and decluttering done around the house. And then I went and saw my parents. Last weekend was my mom's birthday. So I went up to Wamigo and saw my parents, and we went to Umi's, the new Japanese steakhouse there in Manhattan, which Miles loves because they cook right there in front of you. And yeah, and Miles caught every single piece of shrimp that the guy threw because, you know, of
Yeah.
course,
It's
my
after his
parents,
mom.
it's all the angle of the mouth. Okay. So anyways, that was a lot of fun. And then this week was back to classes, and I had, I'm not even joking, minimum of 6 assignments in each of my classes that were due. So I have 4 classes now. I've been doing 3, but my 4th one started this week, my nursing administration. And basically it's, guess what? About insurance. And yeah. So yeah, when I started reading chapter 1, of course I started getting heated up, and I was like, oh my God, this is just going to piss me off. This class is just going to piss me off. But not really. It's going to just like open my mind in different aspects. And like right now it's talking about how insurance started and, you know, the beginning times of it. So I have been doing homework and work this week. Work was crazy. I've worked late every single day that I worked this week, which is fine. But Friday, we had the craziest like incision and drain wounds 2 of them, and oh, horrible. So, they're making fun of me because I'm like gowning up. Like, I already fucking know it's gonna reek because it's probably infected, and it's gonna squirt because it's infected. And so I gown up, and everybody's laughing at me. They're like, "Why are you doing that?" And I was like, "I already know how this is gonna fucking go." Like, mm-mm. So I put the stuff on underneath my nose and put the mask on, and everybody's laughing. And Dr. Ballman's laughing at me. He's like, "You're ridiculous." I said, "No." Oh, shit. No, I'm not. And so we go in there and we do the first one, and I do the flushing. And with our syringes, with the saline that we flush the wounds, um, when they've been in the package for a while, they're kind of hard to get going. So I always go over to the sink and like push a little bit to get it going. So that way I'm not doing it over the wound and it like splatters everywhere. Okay. So I did that like the first couple of times. And then we moved to the second wound, and Dr. Ballman's like, "Oh, I'll flush. You do this." And I looked at him and he's like, "What?" And I was like, "Okay, you go ahead." Because I was watching him, and sure fucking enough, he goes and didn't get the air out, and it all over. So it was all over my gown, my glasses, And then, of course, I just look at him like this, and he starts laughing, and he's like, "I am so sorry." And I said, "This is why I flushed the wounds for you." And then afterwards, he says, "I apologize for making fun of you. Now I understand why you prepped." And I said, "Mm-hmm. Yeah, ain't my first time doing these. So I already
And
knew
your
how it
first
was.
rodeo.
Yeah, it's not my first rodeo. I already know how this is going to go." But just his facial expression, like as being a doctor, and that happened, he was so embarrassed. Like I could tell his face, like, and I just looked at him like, "You fucking asshole. Like, you can't believe you just did that to me." So yeah, that's how I ended my work. And then I get home and I have 8, 11, 12-year-old boys at my house because Miles is having a sleepover. And April's got the best snacks, so all the kids come. We got to eat dinner at April's house. So I ended up with just 3 boys. And I woke up Saturday morning to all of them having magic marker faces.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah. So Steen fell asleep first.
Who?
Steen, Miles's friend Steen, fell asleep first. And so they didn't grab a magic marker. They used a permanent marker and drew a mustache on him
Oh shit.
and a little goatee. And they thought that was great. So they didn't stop there. So then Miles had a mustache, a unibrow, and a beard. And, of course, Dean and Miles. So we got to get Corey. So then Miles like proceeds. So yeah, I wake and I'm like, "Oh my fucking God, you guys." So I like took a picture of them and they were all proud of themselves. And I sent it to the moms and I was like, "So this is what our boys did last night. I'm truly sorry. No, it's not magic marker. That would be permanent." And yeah, so rubbing alcohol. Rubbing alcohol works. Luckily, because Miles went to the Shockers baseball game with Colby and Warner. And so, of course, he shows up to Nana's, and I get a text of Corey drew on Miles's face. And I said, yes, he did. but all the boys drew on each other's faces. And then I sent the picture and they're like, oh. I said, yeah, this was a team effort. It wasn't just one person. It was all three of them. So I did homework all day yesterday to get caught up. And then Sarah and I went for a cruise, and we found this place outside of Augusta. He collects old antique signs. And this place was fucking amazing. Like the whole, like you drive down the road and you can see already like the old 50s Texaco gas sign. He had a Sinclair dinosaur. He had the old sirloin stockade cow sign. The old Arby's roast beefs. Yeah. All these old antique, and you can park and you walk through. It's like a little area and there's a pond, and it's really cool how he has it decorated. And yeah, so we stumbled across that while we were country cruising. And then we went to Bricks and we had a pitcher of beer and listened to this really good band and played Bitches.
Oh,
So yes, I brought my
nice.
Bitches dice to Bricks. And of course, everybody's like, what are you playing? I'm like, Bitches.
Mhm.
And they're like, oh. We had quite a few people who are like, oh, I want to play. And we're like, no, we're good. Because, I have like 26 dice.
Mm-hmm.
I've addicted to that damn game now. So I got lots of cute dice. One of my dice goes up to 90.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 0, 20, 30, 20, 40, 80, and then 90 or something. So yeah, that one's a booger. You want to make sure you get that one. Otherwise, you got some high points.
For sure.
Yeah. And then I woke up and finished my homework and exercised and did some laundry and grilled some chicken that I got that was already seasoned from Dylan's. It had the rub on it. Did that, and here I am.
Nice. I think really my biggest updates are all probably health related. Thought we were done working on my legs. We're not. Uh, I went in for it's been 90 days, and I told the vein doctor I'm still in the same boat. And he said, well, instead of looking at your veins, let's look at your arteries. And long story short, we know we have an artery that needs worked on. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm just like, I think I'm used to just kind of rolling with the punches. So I'm just like, okay, I'll just go get this thing done. Okay. I'm still very sore from the thing I got done last Thursday, which was going to look at the artery, that was just shoot and die.
How long
So,
did they say the procedure is going to take?
same. They told me this one was going to be 30 minutes to an hour. It was about an hour. This one will be 1 to 2 hours. There's 2 blockages. It's in the same artery, but he said that the artery is like a upside down Y.
Mm-hmm.
So like the tail of the Y comes off another artery
Yes.
and then goes down to the left and the right.
To your
There's
femoral.
one on the
Yeah.
left. There's one on the right.
Yeah.
But they only did 1 injection and could see all of that. So, but same idea. They'll go in my groin and they'll put the same size catheter that they used last time. And they'll put a balloon in there. So they'll go to the blockage, they'll put a balloon in there, they'll blow the balloon up, which will blow the vein up.
Yeah.
They'll clear out the blockage, whatever that is, and then put a stent in there, which is just like a little mesh piece that will keep my vein is basically shrinking. It's, there's no hole. So they'll put a mesh in there to keep a hole in there.
So that way
But
the
there's
blood
2
flow
of
can
them.
get through.
Yes, but there's 2 of them. So I'm going to say 1 to 2 hours. I have to be laying down flat for at least 2 hours afterwards. And then I have to walk,
Yeah.
which I did. And then I go home. So this one I do know that I'll go to the hospital at 6 o'clock in the morning, and he'll come in at 7:30 in the morning, and they expect I'll be leaving around 11. So, you guys know me. I get a little cranky, I get a little sassified when I don't have water and don't have coffee and don't have a cigarette and don't have food and don't have, and that was me. That was me on Thursday. I was like, why the fuck did we schedule this at noon? This is the dumbest thing ever. Like, why was I not here before the sun came up? This is insane, like I tried to keep it together, but I was a little fussy. So I'm very
Yeah.
excited. I can absolutely eat dinner one night and get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and go to Thornton at 6 o'clock in the morning and be fine. Like, be totally fine. What I loved about the people at this hospital, first of all, I noticed this when I broke my toe and I went to urgent care. It's the same, it's like Health One, right? Everybody's first names. Even the doctor who saw me in urgent care, my name is Ahmed, right? The radiology girl, her name happened to also be Crystal. Crystal's going to come get you and take some pictures of your toe, right? Everybody at the hospital. Hi, I'm Aaliyah. I'm your nurse today. Jason's going to do this. May's going to do that. Haley's going to do this. Mary's going to do that. And then, like, my doctor is Dr. Rulak. Dr. Rulak, blah, blah, blah. But everybody who's at the hospital, everybody that's hospital people, they're all first name, and they're all here for my comfort and my satisfaction. And like, they were genuine. Like I was saying before we started, like, they started to shave me and I flipped the fuck out. Flipped the fuck out. I was like, what's happening? And this woman was in my face. Her face was in my face. I am so sorry, Crystal. What can I do to make this better for you? I was like, start the drugs? I don't know. Like, I didn't know you were going to shave my girlfriend. I'm sorry. I didn't know. Like, I was not ready for that.
Usually I get a date first, dinner or
I'm like, but
something before that
I'm
happens.
fine. Now that I know you're going to do it, I'm fine. Just do it. And she's like, well, I'm really going to throw you for a loop. I'm going to do both sides. And I'm just like,
Well,
okay,
I would
fine.
hope, like, make it
Do
even.
both sides. Anyway, they're just so fucking nice. Like, so
Good.
so
Customer service.
so nice. And I don't like to be a bother. I was freezing. And like, my girl told me, hey, if you need more blankets, I got some in the warmer. Push the button. I'll bring you warm blankets. Nope. I'm sitting there just fucking freezing.
Why?
Oliver's like covering me with his jacket. Someone else like came and snuck and like looked in the window, and she's like, do you need anything? And I was like, well, since you're here, I'll take a blanket. But
Oh,
Hell
I'm
no.
just, I don't
Crystal.
I don't like that. But my girl Aaliyah, who I'll just shout out to Aaliyah. Oh my
Yeah.
God, she is an angel on this earth. I mean, you have to lay flat. Like, there is no, like, I'm not sitting, you have to lay flat for 2 hours. This girl's like, what can I get you? 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 And I'm just like, I know I want water. I know that I want water. I haven't had water since last night. I know I want water. She's listing. I got Pepsi. I got ginger ale. I got Sprite. I got Coke. I got cherry Coke. I got this. I got the apple juice, orange juice, cranberry juice, just blah, 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 blah. And I was like, apple juice sounds good. Keep in mind, I am freshly
Flat.
coming off of fentanyl and Valium. I'm
Yeah.
whacked. Like, I don't even know my name, but she knew I was thirsty. She knew I was thirsty because of the little mini fit I had before I even went in there. This woman like goes and gets me a cup of water and a cup of apple juice. She's got straws in both of them, and she is like by my bedside, putting the straw in my mouth, and she's like, "Go, drink it." I'm like laying flat, like,
That's awesome.
I don't know that I've
That's
ever
good.
had that kind of care in a hospital before. That wasn't my friend or family. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
That makes me happy to hear because you
yeah.
don't hear that very often. And, especially being in the healthcare, it's kind of embarrassing sometimes when you
I
go.
say all the time, like,
Yeah.
I hate going to the doctor. I hate needing help because I'm fat and I smoke. And all they ever want to talk about, well, you're fat, you're fat, you're fat. This woman puts me in my gown and my bright yellow socks and my hairnet. And when she comes back in the room, she says, "Oh, you're ready for the ball." Like, just, just
That's my
joy,
girl. That's my
just
girl.
joy on this planet. I don't think I told you guys, they had to give me a little bit of heparin, which is a blood
Oh,
thinner.
yep.
I
Your
think that's
blood's a little
part
thin.
of the dye
Yes.
process.
Yes.
And so when it was time to take me out of there, two things. Number one, I heard them talking and I said, "Are you guys looking at a screen?" And they go, "Yeah, do you want to see it?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Like I feel like I just woke up from a nap. According to my girl Haley, I dozed for 30 seconds. She's like, "Bitch, you've been awake this whole time. You've been talking. You've been awake this entire time." And I was like, that's what my oral surgeon said, which is so funny to me. The last time I got like put under, I talked the whole time and that was getting my teeth done. So that was funny for me. And I told them that. I told Aaliyah that when she asked me all my questions she said, "Is there anything you think we should know?" And I said, "Yes. The last time I got put under, I talked the whole time." She's like, "That is good for us to know." And I said, "Yeah, it was oral surgery." And she's like, "That's hilarious." And I'm like, "I know, right?" Uh, but yeah, no, they definitely they moved the camera, they moved shit for me and wheeled my surgery bed over to the biggest TV screen I've ever seen in my life. And they showed me the scan. They're like, "Do you see that? Yes, that's a blockage. Do you see that? Yes, that's a blockage." And I'm like, "So there were two." And they're like, "Yes, there are two." Like that was my big fear. My big fear was there was going to be two. They were only going to find one and they were going to stop looking. And before I had the scan, my doctor told me there could be more than one. And if there is, we'll find them both. Like, we'll look at your entire artery. Like, they knew it was this one particular artery, but there were two. So, anywho, my dude Jason, who's the guy who did the thing, right? He's the guy who put the catheter in. Um, I don't know if I told you that they made a big deal with the music. They kept trying to get me to pick the music. They're like, "What do you want to listen to?" And I'm like, "I don't fucking care. I'm just here to get something shoved in my artery. Like, I'm nervous. Like, I don't care. Just put on whatever you guys want." And they're like, "No, really, you pick." And I'm like, "I don't think you guys want to listen to Defying Gravity on repeat." And that's kind of my jam right now. So you should probably pick. Like, you guys just pick. So I didn't pick. Well, Jason tells me when things get done and after they show me the scan that because they have given me this heparin, he needs to leave something inside me for 30 minutes. He can't take it out, right? Because of the heparin. He said, "So I'm going to send you. I'm going to get you out of here. I'm going to get you out of this room. You're going to go back to." I was in a suite. Like I was in my own little area. I wasn't in the open curtains with all the other people, which was nice. He says, "I'm going to come to your room in 30 minutes. This has to stay in for 30 minutes. I'm going to come to your room in 30 minutes and I'm going to take this out." And I'm like, "Okay, sounds great. See ya." Like, keep in mind, I'm like in and out of it, you know? So he came, it was 30 minutes. And the first thing this man did was on his phone, started playing music. Right. So he comes into my room, he sets his phone down, and music is just playing. And he's like, "Okay, I'm going to have to take this out. I'm going to push. There's going to be pressure. And then I'm going to have to hold this pressure. And it's going to be like all of my body weight. I'm going to have to hold it for like 10 minutes." And I was like, so we're just hanging out, like face to face, because he's like pushing on my like groin, like my hip. He plays me Taylor Swift and he asks me, as he's just holding his whole body weight down on me, um, "Was I reaching with Taylor Swift? Was I reaching?" And I said, I love Taylor Swift as a human. I don't really know her music. I don't listen to her music. I know a couple of her songs, but I don't. Yeah, you were reaching. I'm sorry. Thank you for trying. Like, thank you. And I said, you know what I do like about Taylor Swift is that she dates Travis Kelce. And he goes, you know what I love about that is because she dates Travis Kelce, my daughter now likes football. And I'm like, see, that's cute. That's really
Uh-huh.
cute. He's like, yeah, but I do really feel bad for Taylor because she's just dating a walking CTE. I was like,
Oh my God.
Jason, Jason, that was kind of rude, my dude. Anyway, yeah, no, Jason and I spent a very intimate 15 minutes of him just on me
Now it makes
because
perfect sense why
With
you have the
your
bruise.
freshly shaved vagina,
Girlfriend.
my girlfriend.
your girlfriend.
Yeah,
Because
no.
that thing got left in me, and that's where all that bruising is coming from
And the pressure
on
he
my
had to
leg.
hold, and because you were on heparin,
Yeah,
so
that's why
your
you
blood was
bruised
thinner, so
that
you bruise
heparin.
easier.
Yes.
And he was putting weight on it to stop any bleeding. Like he needed to
Yes.
clot
Yes.
it, so that's why he had
Yes.
to hold for
I
so long,
under
for so
I
hard.
did understand that. I didn't at first, but then when he didn't leave, I understood that he's literally stopping the bleeding. Like I totally get that. I got that. And then they put it wasn't a Band-Aid, y'all. It was a pack. They called it a pack. It
Uh-huh.
was so big off of my
Ugh.
skin, like so big.
Mhm.
And then after the 2 hours was up, she was like, all right, let's go for a walk. I'm going to have you walk to this other bathroom, not the one right by you. I'm going to have you walk to this other one. I need you to clean yourself up. And I'm just like, oh, like she gave me this little pack of baby wipes. I did not realize that I was a mess. Like there was some blood for
Blood.
sure.
Yeah.
Mhm. So cleaned myself up, went pee. And that was another thing. She's like, I know you have to pee. I know we've given you this IV bag. You downed that water and that apple juice. You couldn't move for 2 hours. I know you got to pee. I'm like, yes, I have to pee so bad. So we did the damn thing. I walked, cleaned myself up, went back in the room. They came and took my IV out, got dressed, went home. Went to
Right.
work on Friday. A lot of sitting.
No bones, right?
Yesterday
that was
was so
Saturday.
goddamn bones.
No goddamn bone.
I mean, I did so nothing yesterday. This morning I got up, I showered. I went to the grocery store, but not like Walmart and Sam's, just the grocery store. And then have been pretty lazy. I'm sore. Like my leg is sore. So just kind of taking it easy. That's one thing that makes me nervous about them calling me back so soon is unless they're going in the left side, my right side's pretty traumatized right now. You know what I mean? Like, can we go in the left side this time? That would be nice. I don't know.
Well, I think that's definitely questions you ask when they call you to tell you they're ready to schedule.
The truth of the matter is they could go in the
I mean, it
exact same
doesn't.
fucking spot. They could go right in this exact same spot and I'd be like, let's do it. Let's go.
Well, yeah, I'm
Let's
just
get it
saying.
done. Yeah.
You can still ask questions and you can always ask for a blanket. I love a good warm blanket from the hospital.
Dude, not only did they give me, I asked for a blanket, she brought me 2.
Mm-hmm.
But then they put this machine thing in there. Imagine like a leaf blower. Right? I can't remember what this thing was called, but there was a goddamn machine in my room. And they put this little hose in right by my feet, turn that bitch on, like, wah, heater fan blowing hot air on my feet.
Okay.
Yep.
Man.
It was great.
That's fucking awesome. Now you just need some masseuse to come in and rub your feet while you're laying there 2 hours flat or however long.
Ugh.
Right?
I'm interested to see what the itemized charges are for all of these.
I had to pay $337 before I even walked back. I didn't have to pay it right then, but they were like, here's your estimated bill for the hospital. And I was like, well, let me just put this on my credit card because I get cash back on medical stuff. So yeah,
Wow.
337 just so far. And that's not the doctor. That's just the hospital.
Is that part of your deductible or?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna max
Wow.
out real quick. Between me and Ollie, my broken fucking toe, my artery.
God, you're being pretty needy this year. All this
I mean, it's
attention.
only 3 months in.
I
Yeah.
know.
I mean, it kind of makes up for the 3 decades that I took zero care of myself. You know, like no care of myself. So here we are.
We're just gonna wrap it all in 1 year.
Yep. See what we can do.
Ivy, what's new with you?
Girlfriend.
I guess this is my March recap.
You got
Let's
20
see.
minutes.
I was just
All right, go.
I'm
Uh,
joking.
So a lot has changed over, I guess, for March. So March was the month of change for me, I guess. Work has changed a lot for me. Back in December, we lost a pretty big account, and that was my 100% focus was on that. And all of the people who also worked on that account, those people were laid off, unfortunately, and but I was kept behind to kind of do some cleanup work and stuff, and was continually told that I was safe. And I'm like, are you sure? Because I sure am bored and I don't have anything to do. And finally had to be like, look, what am I doing here? When, either give me new tasks to do or tell me when my last day is, because I can't just sit here and have idle hands. It's not, I can't do it. It's not going to work for me any longer. And boom, the same day I was assigned some tasks for accounting. So I'm now helping account receivables, account payables. And then about a couple weeks ago, the purchasing manager position opened up, and I was asked to take over part of that. So they're kind of splitting up some of the duties or the certain things that are being purchased amongst a few people. But I believe I'm kind of just taking the management part of it and handling most of like the email type of work, attending all of the meetings that we have with all of our other customers and handling their orders and making sure their stock levels are good and that type of stuff. So that's definitely been more challenging to work with than the accounting stuff, but I'm back to being super duper busy again, which is exactly how I like it when I work. So that has changed quite a bit for me. So I'm a little more happy with what I'm working on and with, and my safety with my company. I also went on a little short road trip with my friend Amber to go visit a mutual friend of ours that I actually met through Amber, but Brandy, it was her birthday. She lives down in rural New Mexico. So we took a little short trip down there to go surprise her for her birthday, and that was a lot of fun. That's pretty much a recap. Still doing therapy, still go to the gym most every day. If I'm not at the gym, I'm taking a walk at a park somewhere or a trail or something. So I need to know, April, did they allow y'all to have raccoons now? Because I believe that was
that was
one
on
of
the
your
ballot.
previous stories. Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna be honest. I have not heard any updates if raccoons were added to pet lists here in Butler County.
You were supposed
But
to
I will
get
look that up right now.
you were supposed to get in the Facebook groups and like get in with the people.
Well, I got caught up watching documentaries.
Oh.
One thing at a time, people. You can only ask so much out of April Davies.
That's
all right.
that's actually true. That's true.
So, documentaries or part of a raccoon group? I chose documentaries.
Love that.
I don't think I have any other follow-ups.
Current events. Meghan is currently still choking and dying on screen.
Oh.
Her mic is
This
muted.
live. Oh, this is live.
Mhm.
I'm good. You can skip
Oh.
me.
Mac Besties is about to be Ack Besties.
Wouldn't it be terrible if like I just did choke and then fell out? You guys had to call 911 for me.
Yeah.
Holy shit, man. That turned out like totally dark.
I've literally said before, like, I don't have your address. I would not know how to get them to you.
Oh no, bitch. She's somewhere in Maricopa. Like,
Find her.
The blonde girl with the big mastiff. She walks
Yeah.
around. Everybody knows her. She's
Yes.
the only person who uses self-check at fucking Circle K. I know you guys know her. She drives a Volkswagen. Come on. They'll be like, oh yeah, we know her.
We're on our way, ma'am.
We could get them to you.
Funny.
Anyone want to talk about current events, or should we just pretend that the world is not in fucking shambles?
Well, one thing positive is the astronauts that came back that were missing in space for 9 months.
They knew where they were the whole damn time. They just
Yeah.
weren't in a big
They were
hurry to get them.
stranded.
They
They
just
weren't
couldn't
They were
get themselves
stranded.
back.
Sorry. They weren't missing, they were stranded. But just seeing the toll of being in space for that
Mhm.
long, what it, the toll that it took on the body. So my question is, so, we go up to space and and they spend all that time, they come back and they look older. How about we go down in deep sea of the ocean and spend some time down there? Will we come back looking younger?
Well, I know a couple of people that I would volunteer for that type of mission. And they don't come back.
I mean, isn't that how like the people in the submarine like blew up and
That's what I'm thinking.
died in that capsule?
Well, they need to work on that. That's what I'm saying. We're like, we've already done space. Come on now. That's old. Let's focus on.
I don't think the element of water
Well, they need to work on that
is able
because I really feel that people will come back. That's the fountain of youth right there, people.
Okay.
Elon Musk needs to work on that.
Yes.
Elon Musk needs to go back to where he came from. Go back to your country. The only person I feel that way about. The only person.
He
Go away.
is something, man. Patrick was watching him on Joe Rogan podcast
And he's
it
a piece of
was
shit.
bizarre.
Yeah.
He's pretty smart though, too. Like he's
Smart, but he has lost, he needs to go touch some grass. He has
Yeah.
completely lost with reality.
Well,
He does not, it's like at all to not be taken care of or be financially, financials is one thing he does not have to worry about. He has no needs. He has no wants. Anything he needs or wants is taken care of. And I don't know if he just assumes so is everybody else in this world, but he is the 1% that doesn't have to worry about those type of things. It is just, I don't know. It's scary. It is scary how much
I
he's
think there's
involved in
two
our.
things that you said that make him terrifying. Number one, how absolutely rich he is. That when you are that rich, like I'm thinking Saudi Arabian princes, right? Like when you're that rich, you live on a different planet. Like what you need for entertainment purposes is off the charts compared to the average Joe. But the same thing with the intellect. He is so extremely intelligent. And when you're that fucking smart, you also typically tend to be that fucking crazy. Like batshit. Batshit. The smartest, most intelligent people that have ever lived, cuckoo for fucking Cocoa Puffs. You know, like crazy. He's
Dude, who
terrifying.
comes out on a stage? They're talking about let's cut the fat in this country. Comes out with a fucking chainsaw on a fucking rally. Like that is fucking
He's terrifying.
that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like that's a comedy bit shit. That's not real fucking life and like that's that makes good SNL skits, but
That's what I'm
that's
talking about
not
on the entertainment value. It's not enough for him to just come out and be like, hey, here's what my rich, intelligent ass has to say. He's got to do something so off the charts to get any kind of anything out of it. Like,
He likes
yeah,
himself a lot.
it's
yeah.
terrifying how much power he has right now, for sure. And how little our people are sticking up for us is the other scary part. But I am enjoying watching all the little videos and clips of all the, you know, actual Congress, mostly Congresswomen, seem to be doing to stand up for us, especially what's that one chick from New Mexico? She is she gets fired up and it's freaking great. Maybe I'll send y'all some TikToks from her or show you her account or what, but she has no problem being like, are we really using this time right now to talk about, I think they were discussing something about safety with refrigeration units or something just that had so unimportant with what's going on. And she's like, you guys are so tone deaf. I can't hardly take it. Like, why are we talking about this when we have, people who aren't even here trying to take over our country, like they're not even citizens and yet they've been appointed. Why aren't we kicking this guy out? Like, she's just great. I'm trying to stick on my social media thing, so I was trying not to leave my page. I had all marked, but I think I'm gonna have to go.
Listen, there has to be a reason. And I don't know if it's as simple as if you can't beat them, join them, or keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer kind of thing. Like, I think that the Trump administration and the United States, to be honest, would rather have Elon Musk in our pocket, on our side, than have him against us. Because remember, he's terrifying. And
Yeah, well, in my mind, I'm like, you just had. Oh
We
no,
lost her.
Well, I guess that's all she had to say. She's
nope, here she
like,
comes.
oh, I'm
Here she-
back.
fuck Elon Musk.
Elon Musk
And
shut you down
Fuck
fast,
you,
girl.
fuck you. You're
He's
cool.
like,
I'm
you don't
out.
get to talk about me. I actually was thinking about that like 5 minutes ago. Like, man, when we put this out there,
It's gonna
we're
get
gonna have to
kind of
bleep
heated.
it.
But it's Republican Melanie Stansbury from New Mexico. And she's freaking, yeah. She is a lioness and she has no problem standing up to these old farts in fucking Congress. So it's
And then
great to watch
and the
for
United
sure.
States is her cub, and she will come after you.
I think it's her people more than just the United States. I think it's her
her
people.
people. Sorry. You
Just
people-
because we obviously have people and we have people who are not on board. So those people can stay in their own little rich cloud, but the rest of us have normal lives to live.
Sure.
With maybe some, I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. It's too hard to.
Well, if she's a Republican, that's a good sign because I truly believe not all Republicans are MAGA, and MAGA's well, you know.
Let's
Anywho,
not
Well,
go
I
there.
see a
I
good
mean,
one. I mean, what was it? Is it Iceland that Trump's wanting to take over
Greenland, I think.
Greenland. You know, I knew it was
Yeah.
one of those right up there. They
Greenland is
named him,
Iceland. Iceland is green. So
and
confusing.
they came up. Their MAGA is "Make America Go Away." Like they're making their own MAGA saying slogans. Like I sorry, I don't blame them.
Yeah.
Someone trying to come in and they're just going to take your country over. That's
Sure.
sorry, it's not happening. Not happening. So it's, I don't know. It's just hard to, my biggest thing in my gym, they just need to get rid of Fox News. I feel like every other TV is Fox News, and it's like its own skit, you know?
Uh-huh.
You
Yeah. That's all my dad watches.
I'm
It's
pretty
Fox
sure
News.
it's what my dad watches too. I'm just
And
turn
yeah,
that shit off.
yeah. And when he had his stroke, and yeah, I think obviously it upset some of the nurses or staff. So when we would leave, they would change his TV from Fox to Golden Girls. And I remember coming in one morning and I was like, and I could just tell the look on his face. I said, "You're trying to kill this man or give him another heart attack. Like, he needs his Fox News. I know you may not like it, but that's what he likes." And not only did you turn it, you turned it to Golden Girls. Like, a show that he doesn't even fucking watch. Like, how miserable I mean, wow. Yeah, but no, my sister yells at my dad all the time. "Can we watch fucking something else than Fox News?"
Oof. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't stand it. So I watched Fox News a lot last weekend when I was at my
I'm
parents' house.
sure.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that's all.
Golden Girls is so much healthier for your dad than Fox News.
I don't think so. Like, I just don't. My dad, no. Maybe to any other normal human being, but we're talking about my father here who, yeah. Yeah, they love Elon Musk and they think that he's great, and they think it's great that he helped the astronauts get back and what he's trying to do to help the US.
What's he trying to do to help the US?
Just these different programs, like funding, and I didn't get into details. That's just brief. I don't have time to research Elon Musk. Again,
Elon
I,
Pelon.
I have homework and
Elon Pelon.
oh my God. I don't know if we're going to want to launch this season.
No more programs.
God damn. Might be just besties.
Mock besties. Well, and then don't forget about, how it's cool to just talk about fucking war secrets too and add anybody you fucking want to your chat texts, and it's okay. It's no big deal. Who was it? Stephen Colbert did a little thing. And I honestly, I know people, just see some of these guys as comedians, but like Jon Stewart and Stephen Colbert, I mean, to me, these are the people that kind of need to be running our country. Seriously, like, but what did he say? Like, I can't remember which of the guys was trying to defend, oh, nobody likes that guy anyway, and nobody believes he does these kind of news stories, and nobody believes anything he writes about anyway. And
The
Colbert's like,
journalist?
oh, yes, yes, he's like trying to discredit him, like, oh, you can't believe anything this guy says anyway. So then Colbert is like, then why was he on the chat? why did he get added to the text message group then? If nobody likes him and everybody thinks he's a loser, then why did he get added in the chat in the first place? Like, why?
Yeah.
Why was it even going on over chat in the first place? Was my question. Like, and why is it not a big deal? That is another. Why is it everybody's just sweeping it under the rug? Like, oh, oops. Not even oops, actually. And then they lie under oath about it. Like, I don't get it. I just feel like it's something drastic is going to have to happen for any kind of change. And which is what makes it scary, because there are some people who have some radical thoughts and
Yeah.
scary ideas, and I don't even really want to think about what it can be. I just feel like I'm preparing myself for something drastic to happen.
Well, I think to do that, what I'm going to do is watch the last season of Handmaid's Tale. So whatever goes down in that is how I know how I need to move forward.
This is how we're getting our war plans. We're getting it from Handmaid's Tale. Here we go.
There's going to be an increase in sales of red capes off of Amazon.
Awful.
Just
I couldn't
scary, and
even
it's hard
make
to know
it
what to
through.
think.
Sorry, I couldn't even make it through episode 1 of that show. Sorry, Kylie.
Of Handmaid's Tale?
Yeah. I was
It's-
I haven't seen it. I couldn't make it through episode 1. It really bothered me.
If that one just bothered you, the entire series absolutely would. And it's
Yeah,
scary how much truth there is in it.
yeah, I don't want to
Like,
see it.
barely enough. Yeah. Anyway, we've
Fuck
kind of gone
that.
off into a little
Yeah, that was
dark
some current events.
We didn't need your
That's
current
what we
events,
do
Megan.
in this day and age.
Yeah.
What's
All right,
cooking?
what's
Good
after
looking?
current events?
What's cooking? Good looking? Megan, you cooking anything? You got any recipes for us?
No recipes. I cooked some healthy banana muffins,
Mm.
added some blueberries in some of them,
Mm.
had some bananas that I had to get rid of, so I made those today. I'm gonna make some like egg bites when this is done for meal prep for tomorrow. I wanted
That's
to
been
ask
on my list
Kylie.
for a minute.
What? I wanted to ask
Yeah,
Kylie.
my egg bites have been on my list for a minute. They never got made.
I have to
I even had Dave get
make
the
sauce.
blender thing out for me. It's still sitting there. Not bad.
What is it? Just eggs and meat, and you put the stuff in a muffin tin and bake it?
Eggs, milk, any kind of
Cheese.
Did yours have
want.
cottage cheese? Mine had cottage cheese.
Mine was just eggs
Cottage
and
cheese,
milk, and then cheese and meat,
eggs, and
vegetables.
like a little. Okay, so yeah, you sound like they have a little bit different recipes. So let me know how yours turns out.
Yeah, very simple, but yeah, just pour it in a muffin tin and bake it. I wanted to ask Kylie how she talked about chicken tenders wrapped in bacon. Like, is it literally
Mm.
just a chicken tender that you wrap in bacon? Don't put any
Yep.
cheese or anything in it.
You can. There are some, I think I saw some different recipes where like they took the chicken tender and like cut a slit in it and like put a little bit of cheese in there. Like cut a little rectangular chunk of cheese and stuck it in there and then wrap the bacon around it. So you can do that as well. I don't think it changes the cook time. But I think it was like 400 degrees for about 15 minutes and flip them halfway through. But yeah, it's literally just taking the bacon and wrapping it around the chicken tender, just kind of tuck the ends in under, one of the wraps so it doesn't come unraveled when it's cooking.
Right.
But that's literally all it is. You can sprinkle salt and pepper or whatever seasoning you like on it, or use, barbecue to dip it in, or something. I feel like the bacon is salty enough. You don't have to really use a lot of salt.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I know it's a favorite in this household. For sure.
I hate deveining chicken tenders. It's the worst thing ever.
It's super easy if you use just a fork. Yeah, that's really the best way to do it, and get that tendon between the fork and then pull it. Or use chicken breast and just cut your chicken breast into about 3 chunks.
Well,
You
I
can get
got
about
chicken
3 to
tenders
4
already,
tenders.
so.
Ah, gotcha. Because sometimes you can also get it cheaper if you end up with a chicken breast instead of the tenders already cut up for you. But yes, that's all it takes. Just bacon and chicken.
Got it.
Sounds good.
Season your chicken.
For sure.
I'm just saying, we're white. White people got to help white people,
Season. Use that seasoning. I got all the seasoning.
Seasoning.
Got all the seasoning.
You people.
That's right. What do you mean, you people?
Well, it's funny because I remember going over to a friend's house, and his wife was cleaning up from dinner. And I was like, Maggie, it smells good in here. What'd you have? And she said, we had steak and dressing. And I said, what kind of dressing? Like blue cheese, ranch? Like, She goes, April, you are funny. You people call it stuffing. We call it dressing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, see, you had stuffing. Okay, steak and stuffing, not dressing.
Dressing.
Only stuffing if it's stuffed in something. It's dressing if it's not. She's right.
But I'm thinking, what?
Tomato,
Ranch, blue
tomato.
cheese, French, Dorothy Lynch. What? What are we going with here? What are you putting on your steak? How are you dressing it? No, the steak was naked and it was stuffing.
Gotcha.
Steak and dressing.
I don't have anything special. I just did normal hamburger helper meals because just Miles and I this week.
Easy
So
mom.
yeah.
I'll tell you, for dinner tonight, I'm gonna make shake and bake pork chops.
And I helped.
Mm-hmm.
I really, really enjoy a good shake and bake pork chop.
I do too.
Every once in a while, it just hits the fucking
Yes.
spot. Yeah. If I got some thin cut, they won't take very long. I got some Bob Evans potatoes because my mama didn't raise a fool.
Good.
Well, she did. She did raise a fool, but it wasn't me. And I got some real
Agree.
green beans. I like to do air fryer green beans. That'll be
Air
delicious.
fryer
But
green beans.
oh fuck yeah.
They're good.
There's air fryer green beans. Is in the frozen section.
Anything in there for
Fresh
You
green
throw
beans.
anything in the air fryer, huh?
Sure. No, fresh green beans. I like to buy them where they're already trimmed. Sometimes if they're a little more expensive. Like if you just go get them by the handful, you have to, trim them yourself, but that's fine. Spray
Well, you're
with
used to
avocado
trimming this
oil.
week.
Yes, I am used to trimming.
Sorry.
Avocado oil and seasoning. We do like a Kinder's, onion powder, garlic powder, pepper. Love Kinder's. I like something a little smoked paprika.
Ooh,
Smoked
that sounds good.
paprika on them. Throw them in the air fryer 4 minutes, 5 minutes or so.
No
Shake
fucking
them up.
way.
Shake them up, then add a little Parmesan cheese. Put them back in for a few more minutes.
April's mind's blown.
It is. It is because, well, I haven't had fresh green beans since my God, dinner with Mrs. Powell.
Wow.
That's the longest. Yeah.
No, we love us
Anything
some
we're
air
getting
fryer
over
green
here is
beans
in the
here.
can. So can I open a can, drain the juice, throw those bitches in the air fryer?
No,
No, don't do
no,
that.
you gotta do fresh. Freshie. Get a
For
freshie.
frozen, but frozen's gonna not be as
Ew,
good at all.
frozen, yeah. Okay.
Well,
I'm gonna
there's
have
the air fryer green. I was gonna tell you guys, like, that's just what I'm making for dinner tonight, but you know
God
what I
damn,
want to
I'm
talk
fucking
about
hungry
is
now. I want
my
shake and bake
obsession with
pork chop.
poutine. I can't stop thinking about poutine.
Poutine.
I made those poutine
Poutine,
poppers. They were
yeah,
so fucking
yeah.
good. I found a restaurant near my work that sells poutine, and I was like, don't fuck this up, dude. Like, I was very nervous. The picture had crinkle cut fries, and I'm like, mm-mm, mm-mm. They put meat on it. I'm like, no, you don't need to do that. Don't make it something it's not. So I went there. I went there in person. I didn't order online. I went there in person, got some poutine. I said, no meat, please. I just want the fries, the gravy, the cheese. And even with the crinkle cut fries, that shit was 10 out of 10. So
Nice.
good.
God damn
So
it, I'm
good.
fucking hungry now.
Right?
I want a gyro too. What is it? Gyro?
Euro.
What the
A
fuck
gyro.
ever it's called. I want one of those too with the
gyro.
side of the sauce.
Pretend there's no G. The G is silent.
Okay.
Euro.
Euro.
There's a good Euro place here in Maricopa. I like
Mm.
to go to that every once in a while for a special treat.
That and beer rocks I've been craving.
Mm.
But I don't have the time. I haven't had the time to make beer rocks. That's like a afternoon consuming time. The last time I made them, I made breakfast ones, and those were actually better than the like
Mm.
regular beer rocks. The breakfast beer rocks. Really good.
Heck yeah,
Amazing.
man. It's kind of like a kolache.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
We have a donut
I
place.
saw a recipe for the beer rocks, and they did a sausage gravy, but they took their
Yes.
sausage gravy and they froze it in ice tray so they could just take the chunk and form the dough around the gravy ball, and then it, you cook it for like 2 or 3 minutes longer just because of that. But yeah, it was still all, they took a bite and it was all, plenty of gravy in there, to gravy to bread ratio. It looked delicious.
I don't know if April's gonna make it.
Okay, man, I need another beer, but I may need to grab some snacks while I'm up there too. They do have, I don't know if you saw like sausage gravy pot pies.
I've seen Banquet does those.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Those are fucking but the fucking green beans and the air fryer with the god damn. I may need to make a trip to Dylan's on Tuesday.
I think the trick, honestly, is avocado oil, and we get the spray, not like
okay.
actual oil. Spray avocado oil, and then season the fuck out of them.
Like Pam, that kind of.
Yes.
Okay.
But avocado.
Okay.
And
then what do you season them with?
Salt, pepper. I like to throw some Kinders. Anything, buttery steakhouse, the paprika, smoked paprika. Love smoked paprika on them. And you just cook them for a few minutes. Shake it up, shake them up. Throw Parmesan.
God damn, I'm getting wet over here.
Cook them more, and then enjoy.
Well, I mean, it's been a while since I've had action, so
some green beans are doing it for you.
Green beans turning me on.
I wonder if you could do like edamame like that.
Probably.
Like
I don't see why not.
Freaking, I love edamame.
Me too. I love edamame.
Yep.
Fuck, man. Can we get done with this segment?
Yes. Well, Kylie, what you cooking?
Let's see. So Friday, after Anthony got off work, I cooked steak and smashed potatoes. So, everybody cooks steak however. But the smashed potatoes I used, I picked the tiniest little yellow gold Yukon potatoes that they have at the grocery store that you pick them, yourself, not just buying them in the bag. So I picked the smallest ones that I could, because I think they work out better that way. But yeah, I bought like, I don't know, handful of those and put them in the microwave, stabbed them a little bit with a knife just to make little holes in them, put them in the microwave for literally, I think maybe 5 minutes was even too long, but it cooked those little tiny potatoes so fast. It wasn't like a big baked potato where you have to wait like 10 minutes for it to bake in the microwave. Um, Usually when I make these, I just boil them, but I also just buy the bags of the Yukon Gold potatoes. So you end up with some big ones and they're all different sizes. And so that's kind of why I did it a different strategy this time with that. But they were super easy once I got them out of the microwave. I cut them in half and then used the bottom of a cup just to smash them down onto the baking sheet. And then I made a little butter mixture that also had some like garlic powder, paprika, onion powder, some Himalayan sea salt, pepper, and just covered them all with the butter mixture and then broiled them in the oven about, I think it was 425, and then I ended up raising it up to 450 after I added a little bit of cheese on the top of them. Yeah, they cooked up real fast that way. I didn't have to boil the potatoes like I normally do. It was just a way quicker way to do it. And they were gone. I got like 3 or 4 and Anthony ate the rest. I also used his vegan cheese on there. So it actually melted pretty good and he likes it better than regular cheese. So I did not put any cheese on mine. I don't care for the vegan cheese.
Vegan
So
cheese.
yeah, I don't know. I've heard people who have started eating vegan cheese actually end up saying that they prefer it over regular, but they also have a reason to not eat dairy cheese. There's a reason why they're eating vegan cheese in the first place. Um, and then yesterday, and then I made it again today. Uh, I did, I was trying to find just some different healthy meals that we can both eat. And he really likes sweet potatoes and ground beef. So I found this taco salad that has sweet potatoes. So like the diced up sweet potatoes, you're supposed to roast them up. So they're kind of like hash brownie kind of, but they didn't quite turn out that way for me. But I just found some frozen cut up sweet potatoes at Walmart in the frozen vegetable section. Um, Went ahead and cooked those in the microwave and then tried to roast them in the oven. They didn't turn out quite as I was wanting them to. I don't know. Might have to just go with a fresh sweet potato next time. And then just did the taco meat and cut up some lettuce and tomato, and he's able to eat minimal sour cream without too much issue. So I added some sour cream and I used taco sauce instead of like a salsa. Some green onion. Each of us are cheeses for our own dietary needs. And then, yeah, he was super pleased with it, super happy, ended up really good. The sweet potato, I guess it was supposed to kind of take maybe place of the carb in it, like
Mhm.
instead of having like the chips or whatever.
The
So
bowl
um
thing.
today I just took after I heated up the sweet potato, I just threw the bag of sweet potatoes because it's already diced up in with the meat, and it just did the taco seasoning that, cooked it in with the meat and the taco seasoning, and I think it turned out a little better that way. But yeah, so that was the new recipe I tried out, and I'm sure I'll be making it again soon. The kids loved the meat. They were eating it on Saturday. One of them was helping me cook it, and then they wanted pizza bagels instead, of course, because they're kids. So they had pizza bagels, and I had spoon some meat on a plate just for them, and they ate it right up. So next time they may join us when we have taco salads. Who knows? But that's pretty much it for the cooking. Unless you want to count my edibles that I did this weekend. So I did a tincture, which turned out, I'm gonna assume it turned out well, because if I had a dick, it'd be in the dirt. Like literally, I did too much the first night. I
You took
thought
too
I
much,
just did a
man.
little
You took too much.
teaspoon. I did. I did. Like, I guess I don't know what I was thinking. It was just, a plastic spoon. I took it and I dipped it in there and then put it in my tea. So it wasn't even like a measuring teaspoon. It was not, but I could not even, yeah, woke up with my tongue stuck to the top of my mouth. Like, I had cotton mouth. I couldn't even open my eyes. My eyes were all dried up. Like, it was, you saw me on Marco Polo. Like, my eyes could not even open them all the way. So I definitely did too much. It's strong. It's strong enough. But we tried to do them on gummies. So there was a way I read several different people would just lay your gummies out and then put a drop on each of the gummies, and then you just let it dry off, because it's alcohol based. So the alcohol will evaporate and then the rest of it will just dry and you're left with your THC. Those turned out pretty good. Definitely not as strong as my tea. And then last night I got the idea of, well, let's just buy some gummy lifesavers, and I'm just gonna put them in a jar and then dump the tincture in the jar. So I did that, kind of like when you're making gummy, I don't know, like when I did the moonshine cherries.
I was gonna say moonshine.
Yes, like the moonshine cherries. So I
Yes.
knew
Oh
I
my
couldn't leave soaking
God.
for longer than 4 hours or they might fall apart. So I soaked them, and before I left Anthony's, I did them. So I have a little bit, they're a little sticky, but I let them dry out and we split them between us. But um, yeah, I think they are decent. I have definitely had a couple of them, and I'm not, I'm still coherent, obviously. So I'm not quite sure yet how, have some more testing to do basically. But that was my other cooking experience, or something with food, edibles. That's it.
Love it.
See, we could sell those on our farm
Bravo.
at Lake Havasu.
Mm-hmm.
Is weed
Yeah,
legal
we
in
could-
Arizona?
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
Oops.
For sure.
It's time to pay the bills. Let's hear from Plantbrella.
The Plantbrella is a colorful umbrella for outdoor gardens and potted plants, designed to help protect your plants from the intense, direct sunlight, heavy rain, hail, and frost, while allowing some light and rainwater to gently pass through to your plants. The Plantbrella is not only a colorful piece and decoration for your garden, but is an effective way to keep your plants safe, hydrated, and live longer throughout the garden season. Plantbrella, we got you covered.
All right. Movies and documentaries.
I have watched so many documentaries from the Ruby Frank to the mom who I can't remember what it's called, where she was part of, like, married the guy that was a Jehovah Witness, and they
Lori
ended up
Daybell.
killing. Yes,
Lori and Chad Daybell.
Yes, Daybell. I
The
watched that one.
Doomsday Killers. The Doomsday
Yes.
Mom.
Yes, I watched that one. I watched the Cold Blooded about the Holcomb, Kansas.
In Cold Blood.
Yes, I watched that.
Mhm.
But the one that I wanted to talk about today that I have just like, oh, is called 5 Days at Memorial. Have you guys heard of it?
No, 5 days at what?
Memorial.
Nope.
Okay.
No.
So it is about Memorial Hospital that encountered Hurricane Katrina. and
Okay.
how they survived for 5 days
Ugh.
before they were rescued. And let me tell you, this documentary had me on the edge of my seat from the beginning all the way to the end. I just could not believe the events that happened and what they encountered and had to endure during these 5 days, and how our government did not help at all.
Can you tell us what platform you watched it on? Was it on Netflix? Was it on?
Apple, your favorite.
Oh, who's got Apple?
I don't.
I just signed
There's
up because I got 2 months free for being a Planet Fitness member.
so
Yeah.
many things on Apple TV I want to watch.
Well, you can get a free 7-day trial. And I watched it in 2 days. I binge watched it because that's how fucking good it was. So it takes place around these main physicians and nurses that stayed to the end. And so it takes place that the hurricane is coming. And so they're prepping. And this is not the first time that Memorial Hospital has encountered a hurricane. So they weren't worried about it. They were actually joking, making jokes that we're only going to be here for like a day or so. This ain't, nothing's going to. They survived the hurricane. But the next day, when the hurricane was over and the levees broke and the water started coming, and the maintenance man was saying, we're going to get flooded. All of their supplies, medicine, food, everything was on the first floor. And so then they were trying to figure out how they were going to move all of the food and supplies up to a higher floor. And they managed to get a little bit of it, but the rest got destroyed. And then they were trying to move patients around as well. And then they lost power and no backup generator. So when this was all happening, the lady that was head charge nurse that worked there for 40 years was rushing, trying to go through the emergency manual planner. No plan of action for hurricane. Like, what if we lose power? No plan of action at all. So of course people are screaming at her, like, what are we going to do? And she said, I don't know. There is no plan of action in the manual. There is nothing to tell us what to do in this case. And my first thought was, you're a fucking hospital that's been through a hurricane how many times? You don't have a plan of action? Like, but they've encountered a hurricane before. They didn't have issues, no. So they lost power. So then you got all these people on ventilators and trying to figure out what they're going to do. So people start dying. So where are they going to put these people that have died? So they start piling them in the chapel, which is eventually going to start getting flooded because of the water's coming in. And in the meantime, the receptionist, the administrator assistant is reaching out, begging for the government, help us. We need help. Our patients are dying, we have no power. And at first, the guy that was taking the call went to his boss and was like, hey, Memorial Hospital, they're struggling, they need help. And his boss says, you need to let Coast Guard handle that. You tell them to call Coast Guard. And he says, no, they need help. There's over 200 and some patients there. They need help. And he's like, it's out of our jurisdiction. They need to call Coast Guard. So this guy, you could tell he was just sick to his stomach, that he had to write back, sorry, we can't help you. You need to call Coast Guard. And so then, of course, she's like, we did call fucking Coast Guard, So then they go out to check out their helicopter landing that they haven't used since the 80s. It's 7 like stories, metal stairs that they crawled up to like check out to see if a helicopter could even land on this thing. And the helicopter sees them and they were able to flag. So this helicopter lands and they're like, we need help. He goes, you've got 15 minutes to go grab the patient. And so they go and they grab a baby and they grab this incubator and they carry this fucking incubator up, and then they have to stop so long and the nurse has to manually breathe the newborn, and then they continue again and they get up there and the guy yells at them, what took you so long? We don't have time to sit here. And they're like, we're doing the best we can. So they get this, the nurse like takes the infant out and carries it into the helicopter, and he's like, that's all we can take. And they're like, we got 200 more patients, and he's like, call for help. So the nurse takes the newborn to whatever hospital, and the baby survives. And so they stand out there and they just keep trying to flag more, help. And so they get another helicopter and same thing. Hurry, go get the ones that you feel. And so, yeah, they just start lining up all these newborns and start carrying these incubators up, these stairs. And they're sitting there on the stairs waiting for this helicopter to come back. And they wait for hours and hours to find out they're not coming back. So then they have to carry all the incubators back down and start, man. In the meantime, they're flooding, water's coming in, people in the town are coming to the hospital, searching for help, with their kids. They're carrying their kids in water. And the security guards start shooting at them. While they're holding their kids. We can't take any more people on. You got to go somewhere else. And they're like, we need help. Please just take our kids, just take our kids. And no, wouldn't take any more people on. And heart-wrenching. So days of this goes on. And finally, the 5th day of no power, no sewer, the bathrooms are now overflowing. The doctors are like, this is like a third world country. Like, our hospital here in the US should never, ever be in this state. Feces all over,
And there's no food and there's no
food, they're rationing the water. So then it started that other parts of the hospital, people were starting to go steal their water. And so then they're fighting with each other. So this hospital, they're enduring all of that. There's another hospital that's actually attached to this hospital that is like hospice. Okay. They don't even have a plan of action. So that administrator's coming over to Memorial and was like, hey, are you going to help rescue our patients too? Like, we've got, and she's like, no, they're only going to rescue ours. And she's like, so you're just going to leave us here to die? And she says, I'm doing the best that I can, So they try to get as many of those patients over, but a lot of them were bedbound. They had this 300-some pound man that was bedbound that they couldn't move. So then they decided that they were going to start triaging patients, and they started putting colored bracelets, and green bracelets would go first and so on. And black bracelets were basically that people that were going to stay, that weren't going to be rescued. It was horrible to even think this was going on, and being in the medical field to even think like, oh my God, in this crisis, to have to make these ethical decisions. who do you save and who do you don't, you know? Do you sacrifice these patients that are bedbound to save the ones that are mobile? You know, like, so then, like I said, on the 5th day, they finally get the Coast Guard and people to come in, and they tell them, you got 8 hours to evacuate this hospital. And they said, we have 246 patients. That's not enough time. And he said that's when you start deciding who can stay and who you're not going to save. And this doctor says, you cannot do that to me. These are my patients, you know, and I'm going to stay with my patients. I'm not going to leave my patients to, you know, suffer and die, because they were already suffering. There's no power, no oxygen. They're just heavy breathing, you know, to stay alive. So these boats come and they start, you know, in the meantime of all of that happening, they told them that they couldn't take their pets.
Mm.
So a doctor started euthanizing all these pets. And oh, horrible. So they start rescuing, and the patients that they know that they can't save, they give them an antidote to just go to sleep. And so they euthanized 46 people, because in their ethical thinking as a doctor, I'm not going to leave and abandon these patients to just slowly die and suffer. You know, why not? They go to
Yeah.
sleep and, you know. But the whole thing was that when all of this, after being rescued and everything, the doctor and the nurses that stayed back for all those patients, family members sued them. That you killed my family member, you know, you didn't help. And she said, you weren't in that situation. As a doctor, I did the best that I could with what resources I had, of days of no food or water and electricity, you know, and heart-wrenching. But the doctor ended up winning. She is still practicing. She's in Louisiana at another hospital. Same with the nurses. They did not lose their license. They, you know, which was great, you know, as a medical, ethical view of it. Like, what would you do? Would you leave those people to suffer? And just, I don't know. I think that, I don't know. I've never been in that situation, but if I was in that situation, I probably would have done the same thing. I couldn't leave somebody knowing that they're just dying slowly. You know, if they were my patient.
Yeah, I think it's a matter of, did the patient have any say in it? Were they made aware, hey, you're
And
not
this
going to
is
be
the thing.
rescued?
I don't think, and that's the fucked up thing, they were not told.
Yeah.
When the doctor went in there, she said, I'm giving you something for your pain. And that's,
Whoops. Whoopsie.
yeah. Yeah. Crazy, crazy documentary. Just what they had to, like I say, go through those 5 days of surviving and watching people die. And of course, when they went in there after the water went down, you know, all the bodies
Yeah.
that were there and the animals. It was just a sad situation. And just hearing the cops give him such a hard time, and all the physicians like, you weren't there. You did not live in that environment and have to make the decisions that we had to make.
Yeah.
Just, oh, God, crazy. So yes, such a good documentary. 5 days at Memorial. It's a good one. And
Love
then
it.
I'm finishing up I think it's called Monsters. It's about Ted Bundy, Dahmer, Green River Killer, and BTK. And so those 4 serial killers were all active at the same time. And just watching how, back in that time, they didn't have the technology that they have these days. So they couldn't link up, these murders, or homicides that they were finding. And yeah, it's crazy. And with the BTK, happening right close to me in Park City, yeah, it's just crazy. And how one of them, he stalked the women, stalked him for weeks, and found out, and what, their schedule and all of that. And this particular one, he killed on Oliver Street, I think it was, in Wichita, and then went to a payphone and called the cops to tell them, you'll go to this address and find, because he wanted attention, because he was jealous of Dahmer and Bundy, of all of this attention they were getting in the papers, that he wanted to be famous too.
Yeah, he named himself, didn't he?
Yes,
He
he
named
did.
him. Normally the media will give them a name, and
Yeah.
all of my seasons of watching Criminal Minds, they say don't do that, don't glorify them,
Yeah.
but we learn that now. But I'm pretty sure he named himself.
He did.
And he would taunt the police. He would contact
yeah.
the news. He would.
Yeah, he would write, how many more people do I need to kill to get my name in the paper?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Bundy and Dahmer. But a couple of years ago, they actually went back to his house there in Park City and did some more digging up around the house. And they dug up his sidewalk in the backyard and found pantyhose and like other women's garments that were buried. Like, he dug a hole and like it was perfect and put them there, and then cement and sidewalk over to cover it. So yeah, crazy.
Well, I haven't watched any documentaries lately, but my movie obsession is Wicked now that it's out on Peacock. However, you guys know I went and watched it with my good friend Haley a week or so ago. I really haven't. I've tried to watch it since, and I watched half of it that same night and then the other half the next day, and I think about it every day, but I haven't watched it again. Even yesterday being a no bones day, my husband did not go downstairs to watch the hockey game, which never happens. They watch the hockey game downstairs every single time. And nope, not yesterday. Not yesterday. He laid in bed and it was on our TV. So I just played on my phone and thought about Wicked, but didn't watch it. Have you guys watched it yet?
He had a no bones day too.
He did have a no bones day with me.
No boning.
Which was cute.
No boning at all.
Yeah.
No, I did not get a chance to watch it. I decided to get out of my house.
Which is
you
good.
need to dedicate like
2.5
3 hours of your day. So
2.5 hours. Yeah. It's on Peacock.
I know. I'll get to it.
It's on Peacock.
Do you think I should watch it? Well, I guess we discussed this on Marco Polo. Or if I should just wait. So
I don't know how you feel about musicals and about like theater.
I don't know how my mother feels about theater and musicals. I don't know what she she really thought this through. How long it's gonna be.
Well, I can't imagine that the musical, like the Broadway production, is going to be 6 hours. I think it's just dragged the fuck out on the movie.
Yeah.
because it's only part one and it's 2.5 hours. There will be a part two this fall, which
Well,
I
holy
don't know.
shit. If the part 1 is 2 hours,
Two and a
how
half
many
hours.
Broadway musicals gonna be?
I don't think it's gonna be. I don't know.
I'm gonna Google this shit now.
I would
I really
imagine
don't.
your mom did some research before just buying tickets.
I think she
I
just
would.
looked up musicals and she was like, and it's right next to our hotel. So we can just walk.
That's amazing. That's such a New York thing to do.
I'm gonna get a
Totally.
hot dog. I'm gonna get a hot dog and what else? A pizza? A
Pizza.
slice of pizza? Um, I don't know. I'm gonna be a New Yorker. I'm gonna do it.
Good
I'm
on
so
you.
excited.
Kylie, you got a movie or documentary story?
You're on mute.
I don't think I've watched a documentary. I know I've finished the Fox Hollow Farms, which was on Hulu. Um, it was a little crazy. And if nobody thinks that the guy they're interviewing was not involved in any murders, you're crazy. So that's all I gotta say. Because that guy is Looney Tunes, like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Like he is fucking crazy. But it's like he knows the spotlight is on him. And so he's got this show kind of going on in his mind where how he thinks, and you can tell the producers are playing it up because he contradicts himself. Like, his first response is to make it so, no, I'm completely not involved. But comes in with his side comment and it totally contradicts what he just said. And you're like, okay, so you did it is basically what you're saying. Um, nope, completely not involved. I have no idea what you're talking about. So
That's how I felt
it's
about the dad
entertaining.
from Natalia Grace.
Yeah,
That man was there for the cameras.
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
He
He was
was.
playing up.
Agreed.
He was there for a paycheck, whatever little monetary anything he could get.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did watch, so what was it? I think it was 2 weeks ago, Anthony and I went to a restaurant that we used to go to a lot. And we hadn't because of basically his work schedule, prevented us from going to Wing Wednesdays at Adobo. Um, so we decided, I'm pretty sure it was 2 weekends ago, we we're trying to think of something that was kind of cheap and kind of not cheating on our diets, kind of a venue. And so we went back to this adobo place. And the waiter there, I was wearing my t-shirt that I got when I went to the Oddities fair, Oddities and Curiosities fair, uh, from I think it was this summer. And so our waiter was definitely an Oddities and Curiosities type of guy. You could just tell by his vibe. Uh, but I take my sweatshirt off, and of course he sees my t-shirt, and he's like, "Just going out on a limb here because of the t-shirt you're wearing, but have you seen this movie called The Circus or The Last Circus?" And I was like, "No, I haven't. Tell me about it." Because Anthony and I were literally like, what are we gonna watch tonight? Or what movie are we gonna watch? And couldn't figure anything out. And so this guy's like, well, definitely check it out. And Anthony is right there Googling as the guy's talking and pulls it up, and it's like the Spanish film, which means subtitles. I don't mind, but usually Anthony does not have the attention span to have to read. I usually don't prefer it because it's hard to read and pay attention to what's going on at the same time as far as acting. But he understands Spanish way more than he can speak it. So someone talks to him in Spanish, he understands what they're saying and just can't respond back 100%. we didn't watch it then, but we did watch it last weekend. It's on HBO Max, and it looks like you can also maybe rent it on Prime. Um, but it was definitely an oddities and curiosity type of movie, but it was good. I liked it. It really reminded me of the older Quentin Tarantino movies, kind of the comedy slash horror type of things, or maybe even a Rob Zombie type of a movie because of the horror aspect to it. But it was actually really good. It took place from what was it, 1937, Spain, I believe. And it was, revolves around a circus, and there's a sad clown and a happy clown. And the trapeze chick is married to the happy clown, but is kind of having this little affair with the sad clown. And so it was the movie itself came out in 2010. Um,
I don't think he's
the
sad
happy
anymore.
clown the happy clown is really like this psycho narcissist, alcoholic. Like, he thinks he doesn't own the circus, but he acts like he owns the circus, and he holds that uh basically that reputation. He can tell the ringmaster or the owner anything. This is how things are going to go, and everybody just listens to him because they're scared of him. And then this sad clown comes in, and anyway, he ends up falling in love with the trapeze lady, and she breaks his heart, and he kind of goes psycho mad. And yeah, he beats the happy clown up, but doesn't quite kill him, but he probably should have, because his face disfigured. And yeah, it's um the things that he does to change his face. He doesn't use makeup anymore, so he like uses chemicals to burn his face into like a permanent clown face. And it was a little crazy, but that's where I was like, yeah, this kind of reminds me of like a Quentin Tarantino, or one of those type of vibe of movies, or Rob Zombie, like the House of a Thousand Corpses, those kind of movies. So um I thought it was good. He thought it was good. It was all completely in Spanish, and I was able to keep up with both what was happening and read. So, and some of it I could understand, but thanks Duolingo. But, I did have to read a lot. But it's not bad. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 76, which is pretty decent. So, for a horror movie for them. So,
And what's
anyway,
it called again?
The Last Circus.
The Last Circus. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Interesting. And it's got subtitles?
Yes.
Okay.
It's
Wow.
completely in Spanish. Yeah.
I would have, wow. The happy clown and the sad clown, you would have thought would have reversed. I mean, the sad clown was getting laid, so you would have thought, man, be happy.
Well,
man.
kinda, she wasn't giving up 100%, but enough to
What
like,
was it, 50 or a hand job or
like
what?
enough. I believe they did at least sleep once, but it was enough, like, I don't know if it was a she fell asleep but he fell in love type situation, or she just likes she likes the narcissistic abuse. Most don't, but I think she liked that. So she kept going back to him. There was a bit of a prequel to it, which is the reason why the sad clown is a sad clown, is because his father um, was held captive in war. Like, they made everybody go to war, and they came into the circus, and his dad was all dressed in his clown and everything, and they made him go to war, and his dad even went to war in his clown suit. Like, the general made him, like, came in, go to war, and he's like, but I'm working, and he's like, I don't care, grab a gun, go. Yeah. And then he gets
And make people laugh on the way.
he gets captured, and he gets held in captivity, though, um and ends up getting assassinated, or whatever. And his dad tells him, because it's in the family to be a clown, and you are not to be a happy clown, you have to be a sad clown. And so that's why he was a sad clown. So yeah.
Holy shit. That is a circus.
It was, yeah.
In the last one.
The last one.
The last one. Not the first,
Last one.
the middle, but
No
the
more
last.
circuses. No more circuses.
No
Which-
more.
Yeah, I
Circuses.
don't know. Maybe in Spain it's that way. I know there's like a circus here in a couple weeks. It's over in Lakewood, but I know circuses are still happening. So 1937 not
You
in
guys-
all the circuses. Maybe in Spain though. I don't know. I haven't been
Maybe.
lately.
Yeah. Have you guys seen that paranormal circus?
Is it a
So they
movie?
come here to Wichita a lot, and they were
Oh.
setting up this past weekend.
Comes to Phoenix.
Yeah, I kind of
Really?
wanted
I've
to
never
check
heard
it
of it.
out.
I'll
So
have to
does the
up.
Curiosity Fair thing.
Mm-hmm.
That comes every year here, usually the beginning of June, I think. And then I thought that they had one coming in October. I don't know. I feel like I keep getting posts for new dates on it, so I don't know if they were having a hard time or I don't know. I'm gonna have to look it up. I feel like they just messaged me about something. And I thought, aren't you like months away? Why are you messaging? I guess they're getting the, troops rallied. Let's go. Be odd. I had a blast when I went. Like there were taxidermy stuff, like possums and raccoons like holding beer cans, or like a possum was hanging upside down and he had like a milky or milk duds container like stuck. You can tell he had stuck his face in it. So it was the funniest I actually I watched somebody walk out with one. It was a raccoon. I think he had a beer can or something. Like I don't know if it was Coors or Budweiser, but yeah, I'm like, that's a conversation piece. Where do you even put that in your home?
Yeah. Like, I want to meet the person that walks in and is like, oh my God, I gotta have that. Like, I want to meet that person and
That's
have a
the place to do it.
conversation.
And
Just
everybody who goes there is one of those people. So literally, you probably strike up that convo with any individual.
yeah.
Some of the stuff you see people walk out of there with is just crazy, and it's like that's cool. There's a market for it. There's people out there who make those things, and they're staying in business somehow. There's enough weirdos
Yeah.
out there, kind of
Who
like a
buy it
Weirdos
simply
Unite.
because they can.
Yeah,
And there's nothing
And-
wrong with that.
and nobody else in the world will probably have it. You are the only one.
Megan, were you the asshole this week? No.
No. Okay. I wasn't an asshole either.
I am confident that I was. I had a graduate come in to return some equipment, and apparently I saw him a couple weeks ago. I don't even remember. He comes in often, but apparently I said something and he was like, "Damn, Crystal, how's that not smoking going?" And I was like, "Oh no. I'm so sorry." So yeah, I know I've been an asshole, but it wasn't on purpose, and I have no stories.
I don't think I was an asshole, by the way. I don't think I answered.
Good. I don't think you were either.
I'm an asshole every day, but it's nothing to discuss. Nothing exciting.
It's not up for discussion.
It's not up for discussion. Like, we're not going to discuss it. I've been probably an asshole for the past 4 weeks, but that's all right. I'm kind of
Sounds like
enjoying
you've been
being
an
an
asshole.
asshole.
Having boundaries doesn't make you an asshole.
For some people, it does.
Only for narcissists.
Well, we are the jury that gets to vote, and we don't even need a story. We've already voted. You're not the asshole. We vote that boundaries don't make you an asshole.
The eyes have it.
No, nays. We're nay,
Oh,
not
nay.
the asshole.
I didn't
Okay.
say you were, I said you were acting like one.
Ah, yes.
I love the wordplay.
Semantics. Also, no, that's not true. That's not true. And no.
I think that's my favorite. Like, I think I saw a thing come across Facebook yesterday of like favorite quotes from a narcissist. So I was reading through, I was like, can anybody top this one?
Checking
Like,
shit off.
yeah, like I want to see. And a lot is like, that didn't happen. That didn't,
Mm-hmm.
Not
So
how
I
I
put
remember it.
so I put mine down. Yeah, I didn't call you that. It's just what you were acting. It's my favorite one.
Yeah,
I have
that
to
was a
quote that one.
good one.
Yeah.
I liked it too. Megan,
My husband's probably gonna walk in the door in like 2 minutes.
well, quick, tell us what you read a book about or saw on social media.
I don't have any social media.
Oh, I do. I'm
Excellent.
fucking killing it this week.
Yeah.
All right. So I told you guys I've been using that Super Youth skinny youth drink with the collagen and 5 different peptides. I am getting ready to start my 4th week. So I decided last week that I was going to leave a review because I love the product and I think it's great. And so I left a review and said that I've been using this for the past 3 months, and the past 2 weeks I've gotten compliments on my skin, how, my skin looks younger. I've noticed a big change with my skin issues, bloating. And, not only does it help with these, it's been helping me lose weight. Well, then all of a sudden I get this comment from this girl out of nowhere and says, "Why are you lying? Why are you lying about this is a scam? It's a piece of shit. It doesn't work." And I said, "Well, I'm sorry, ma'am. Product doesn't work the same for everybody. I usually don't leave reviews, but I'm leaving a review because it actually worked for me and I love it and I use it every day. You have to be consistent." She wrote back and says, "Why do you have to be a liar? This doesn't help. You're taking something else to lose weight." And I said, "Again, not everything works the same for everybody. I'm sorry that the product didn't work for you. You have to be consistent and use it more than a month. I'm on month 3, almost month 4." And I said, "And I exercise at least 4 times a week." And she goes, "There it is, liar. You don't have to lie. You're exercising." And I said, "Ma'am, with any product that you use, you have to change your lifestyle. It's not an overnight product. You have to change your diet and exercise and, use it consistently." And I said, "Don't you have anything better to do than be a Facebook troll and look for people to fight with?" And she wrote back, "I'm not fighting, you are, dummy."
End of conversation.
Okay. Oh, okay. And so I laughed and I said, "Of course, this is my fucking life. I can't have a fucking conversation with a human being without being called dummy." Like I didn't even respond. I just reported and blocked. I was just like, "I don't have any more time for you." But yeah, that's my straight to the comments. Like, holy fuck, out of nowhere. Like, who the fuck are you?
I didn't see anything life-changing on social media. Believe it or not, I haven't spent a lot of time on there. Just, the usual funny work shit. I saw one that had me laughing pretty hard today. This girl was like, "Literally all I do is push buttons." She like holds up her keyboard. She's like, "I push these buttons." And then she holds up her mouse and she's like, "And then sometimes I push these buttons." And then I go back to pushing these buttons. And I was like, "Oh my God, that's me." Like, yes, there are people in the middle of all, but at the end of the day, I just fucking push buttons all day. Like I push buttons for a living. That was kind of humbling, but really funny. Like really funny. Maybe I'll send it to you guys.
You need to
But
start
yeah.
a TikTok with finger exercises for those people that just push buttons.
Oh man, that was funny. What you got, Kylie?
Well, I know it happened a couple weeks ago, but since we're doing a March recap, the biggest thing I thought happened on social media was that Casey Anthony tried to come back. to social media and was immediately just kicked off. It was like haters unite. Like it didn't matter what your position on it, everybody's position for Casey Anthony is the same. She got away with murder is what everybody believes happened in their hearts. And yeah, it did not take her long to get right the fuck off the internet. One of my favorites was Nancy Grace.
Yeah.
We all know Miss Nancy Grace has had a, she gets pretty fired up about that. What'd she call her? The top,
Top mom.
yeah, the top mom. But her interview with John, he's from CNN. Anyway, he had the audacity to try to insinuate that this maybe she owe Casey Anthony an apology. The silence was deafening. Just the look on her face, like, and then some of the comments say exactly what it was. So first off, she's just like, "Excuse me, John, did I just hear?" She's just like, "You think I owe her an apology?" And then she just goes into her Nancy Grace self. So I'll forward you all the clip so that you can see what I'm talking about. But some of these comments, like somebody who doesn't even like Nancy Grace, me, I 100% hate Nancy Grace. Nancy Grace drags Casey Anthony. Me, I 98% hate Nancy Grace. Like, I only tolerate Nancy Grace because of her pure hatred for Casey Anthony. She was trying to find some safe words to respond to that first clip. Kendrick might have less beef with Drake than Nancy Grace has with Casey Anthony. And then, baby, them first few seconds were loud, and there was nothing happening in those first few seconds, but you could just somebody else saying that she cussed him out through her eyes. You could see the cuss words in her eyeballs, like, just, yeah, I'll send you guys the clips because it's pretty hilarious just to see how you can see how she's trying to compose herself. But she's Nancy Grace, so that only goes, she
So
composes
far.
herself.
And it's Casey
Exactly.
Anthony.
Yeah.
Like her arch
Exactly.
nemesis.
Yes.
Exactly. And then, because the first thing she says is, she, like, the 2 seconds of silence, and then she just kind of cocks her head like, "John, why would you ask me that?" Like, and that's how, and he is like, you can tell, like, oh fuck, like he's just kind of trying to keep his own composure, but it's like, I'm sure in his head he's thinking, everybody told me not to say this to her, and I fucking did it anyway.
Said it anyway.
Here we go. I'm having to sit through it. So, yeah, the comments really are great, but I will forward it to you guys for sure.
I can't
Love
wait to
it.
watch that. I can only imagine her body demeanor. Like,
The other one I had was, I don't know if you guys have seen the Amish lady who cooks for everyone, Lavina. She's former Amish. She's not totally anymore. But if you watch her, the whole thing that you'll first notice about her is she loves eye contact. So she'll literally be mixing and dumping her stuff in, and she's like full on intimate eye contact with the camera. I don't even know how she knows how much she's putting in of stuff. Like, she literally will just grab it, and she's watching the camera as she's grabbing it and measuring it and putting it in the, it's crazy, but she's great. She's got a great personality. It's like a wholesome person, using the platform exactly as we all hope to, doing what we love best in front of people, and people eating it up and loving it and watching your
And the
videos.
recipes look good as hell.
They do, and they're so simple and like,
Yeah. I got an
just,
apple fritter one bookmarked. I've never made
yes.
apple fritters in my
Yes.
life.
And then she does this like French toast out of the homemade bread thing, like the way she soaks it, like, oh my God. even watch her make butter even. Everybody is trying to support her. There's this guy who makes knives and he wants to make her a knife. Put something out there saying, please send me whatever material it is you wear in your Amish dress that you wear for your videos. And that's what he's going to make the handle in for her. Just, I don't know, just true, you know, that's how the wholesome people get made famous, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
and you can
Yeah,
see
no, I love
people
her.
stand up for her, and it's great because it is a little weird at first, but then when she does one where she doesn't look once at the camera, yeah, you're like, okay, this somebody broke her, please come back. But she came back immediately with the eye contact. So, all right, that's my social media.
Love it. Life story card. Meghan, early life. Did you have any pets as a kid?
I remember, yeah, we had dogs. I remember having golden retrievers
She had
as
a
a
pet
kid.
mouse.
A pet mouse?
What lived in her-
What?
Patrick had a pet mouse?
That I had a pet mouse that lived in my room. I
Is
didn't.
his name Stuart? Oh, even Hog liked that one.
Right.
Good joke, huh, Hog?
I remember having golden retrievers, and I also had a goat. Had a
You
goat
had a
named Missy. That then had a baby. That baby's name was Billy. And then
I didn't know this about you.
I didn't know this either.
yeah, I was in 4-H and had this goat, and when we lived out in the country house in Wamego, and showed the goat, had to show a pig. Yeah. Anyway, Missy had a baby, and that was Billy. And then Missy died, and Billy, I think we ended up having to let somebody else take because I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't, that might have been just a trauma response. I don't quite remember what happened to my goats, but it was a good time while I had them.
Oh my God. I did not know you had a
I
goat.
remember people, like my brother and shit, would give me shit about how we were eating Billy. Because Billy had died, so we were eating Billy.
God.
And I don't think that's true. I hope it's not anyway.
You weren't eating the goat.
No.
You guys were
Oh my
not eating the goat.
fucking brother. He's harsh.
God.
God damn it. So anyways, I had 2 German Shepherds growing up. First one was Candy. Second one's Missy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also had a Saint Bernard, Louis.
Mm-hmm.
He was my baby. I remember having the water bed, and we'd be sitting on the water bed, and he'd come busting through that door and jump on the water bed, and we'd scream and go flying, and he just thought it was the greatest thing. And I had
Yeah, and that one night I stayed at your house, we were doing the Ouija board, and like something creepy was going on, and then just boom, he hits
Here
the
comes
door.
Louis. Yeah.
Flying through the air, lands on the, oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thought we were being hot.
He liked to do that. He just come out of nowhere and just bust through that door and then slobber everywhere. Just, yeah. I loved Louis. Half of them would be in the back seat of the Ford Probe, and the other half was up front. And him and I would cruise up and down Wamego. But yeah, I had German Shepherds and a Saint Bernard. And then I moved on to Labs. So now I got Silo, who's Pointer and a Labrador. He's my hunting dog. And it's that time for foxes. I'm starting to see
love that.
posts.
Out there.
Yeah, that foxes are going to start coming out. And Silo, he loves foxes. So it's going to be an active time for Silo this next month.
Well, I don't think those count as pets, but remember, you are going to check on the raccoon situation for us. We had
Just kidding.
cats. The cats that I remember when my parents were still together were Huggy Bear and Climber. Huggy Bear, which I learned a long, long time like later in life, was someone's name from a TV show or a movie or something. I thought it was just a stupid name that a child named an animal, but he was actually a character from a TV show. Um, when my parents got divorced, my dad kept Huggy Bear and Climber, and when we moved, we didn't have any pets. And then my mom, who was a prankster, pranked a
Sounds
friend of
so sweet.
hers. She pranked a friend of hers, and he got her back by putting a box full of kittens in our house while she was at work and we were at school. So we got home from school and, Mommy, we have kittens. And she's like, no, the fuck we don't. And we were like, yeah, we do. And so we had cats again. And then when we moved to Wamego, so like by the time I was in 6th grade or 7th grade, I finally talked her into letting me have a dog. And I got a dog. His name was Romeo. He was a border collie. He was a mutt. I think he also had some bird dog of some form in there, but mostly border collie, you know. Good dog. Yeah. Those were my pets when I was a kid.
I forgot about Romeo.
Romeo was a great dog.
Yes, he
really
was.
He was.
Oh my God. So many memories now.
Yeah.
Just came back rushing.
I always wanted a dog. It was one of those things where, you know, when you have curly hair, you want straight hair. When you have blue eyes, you want brown eyes. I grew up with cats and I always wanted a fucking dog. I always, always, always wanted a dog. Finally got a dog. And I've been a dog person ever since.
And
I've
how many
tried to be
dogs
a
do you
cat
have
person.
now?
I have 2 dogs right now. I have Jazz and Yukon. I mean, we had 4.
We'd had a childhood pet. It was a cat, Siamese cat named Jezebel. We called her Jez, or yeah, lots of names, I'm sure. But trying to think, pretty sure she was a kitten, like a mostly grown kitten though. So maybe a little around a year maybe old when we got her, because I remember her not getting much bigger, but she had all the markings, so the black face and the tan body and the little boots, you know. Gosh, we were living in town on Vine Street, and so I must have been anywhere between 2nd and 3rd grade. Anyway, that cat lived to be, I believe she was at least 18 years old. She made it through all of us girls, and she put up with a lot. We would do lots of things to her, playing with her, putting her in a clothes basket to push, you know, giving her a ride down the stairs. I remember when we first moved into the home that my parents built and they still live in, we tried like tying a pillowcase onto her like a parachute and dropping her off to the couch below the balcony.
Oh my God.
This cat would fight other cats in trees. Like you'd wake up in the middle of the night and the tree out front is literally, "Woo," and it's her out there fighting some cat out in the tree, like, get out of my tree. Um, Always leaving us nice little presents, like a little mouse or a little baby bunny on our front porch most mornings. Um, she was a really good cat. She put up with a lot. She also delved out plenty of punishment for sure. I know I have scars on my scalp. There was a time she jumped on my head from there was a dog, the neighbor's dog in the garage. I was on the first, there was a step that went from the garage floor, a step, and then you stepped in the house. And I was on that step, and this dog The dog's name was Biscuit. Very cute, very fun little dog. Everybody loved playing with this little dog. Well, the cat did not. And she literally jumped from the garage floor to the top of my head. And this dog, I just could not get this dog to go away. And every time he'd come closer, her nails were getting dug in deeper into my scalp. And I'd be like, Biscuit. And the dog would come closer. I'd be like, go away. And he'd go away. Go away, Biscuit. So it's like this cat all over my head. And my dad finally opened the door. And I think he's right there and able to just grab her off the top of my head. But yeah, I'm kind of surprised I didn't have stitches. Like, I know I have scars and my hair part's all weird and everything because of it. So I'll always remember her.
Holy shit.
Oh, and
Wrap
Huggy
it
Bear
up.
was off of Starsky and Hutch. She was the
That's
black guy,
it. That's it.
the pimp type character.
Yep.
Yep.
Starsky and Hutch. You are absolutely right.
Like, what is that? What is that off of? That's what Snoop Dogg played in the
The
modern
remake of it. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right,
All right.
y'all. Let's do it to it.
Okie dokie.
See you on Marco Polo.
Using that fancy back scratcher there from IKEA.
Have a good evening.
Yep.
See you
Love you long time.
Okay.
Have a fabulous day on purpose.
Got it.
Yeah. All right. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
And that's a wrap for this episode of the Mac Besties podcast, where friendship is always the main character. We're so grateful to have you here with us. Don't forget to hit subscribe and share the love with your fellow besties. Got a story to share or a topic you want us to dive into? Connect with us on Facebook or Instagram. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, remember, life's better with your bestie by your side.